You ever wonder why Reddit is the way it is? Surely you know what I'm talking about. Men of Reddit, women of Reddit. Why does everything seem so fake and gay? Is Reddit a psyop? That's right. We're talking government-funded astroturfing campaigns. It's going to get a little schizo. It's a dark rabbit hole, so buckle up. But we're going to be taking a look at an article substantiated by some context clues to try to figure out what the fuck is going on over on Reddit. When this article slid across my desk here at Third Eye Global Incorporated headquarters, I knew I had to talk about it with the people. The terrorist propaganda to Reddit pipeline, how an ultra-leftist network hijacks some of the biggest non-political subreddits to censor its ideological enemies, and distribute terrorist propaganda, posted by Ashley Reinsberg over on Pirate Wires. Okay, are we about to get a little political, a little academic? Perhaps. But guess what? I'm not going to play the game of, what side are you on of the Israel-Palestine conflict? What do you have to say about the people squabbling over sand? Okay? What do you have to say about the ongoing genocide in Gaza? Are you a fan of the West Bank? Huh? You need to send me a video of you squatting over 315. Then and only then can you participate in the discourse. Other than that, you're small potatoes. You're a small fry. Okay? We have a lifting measurement tool that filters out the slop. So until then, hold your comments to yourself. And why pick a side when you can ride the whole eagle? That's what I always say. The r/Palestine network coordinates across Reddit, Discord, X, Instagram, Quora, and Wikipedia, manipulating search engines and AI models like ChatGPT to spread its messaging, a practice known as data poisoning. Now, this is rather interesting because the use of AI models like ChatGPT, let's break this down. Some of you may not be aware of the fact that ChatGPT and a lot of other AI models are trained off of Reddit. So where do we run into a problem? Well, we run into a problem if the government is using Reddit as a playground to just psyop the people, because then the AI models are trained off that. So where is the truth? We're getting lost in the sauce. Don't believe me? I got articles for days. Reddit wants to get paid for helping to teach big AI systems by the New York Times over on April 18th, 2023, going back almost 2 years ago. The network systematically launders propaganda from U.S.-designated terrorist organizations, including Hamas, Hezbollah, and Palestinian Islamic Jihad. Key subreddits infiltrated by the network include r/documentaries, r/public freakout, and r/there was an attempt, misleading millions into believing its content is organic. Through coordinated vote brigading, subreddit moderation, and content manipulation, the network influences public perception while evading platform moderation and legal consequences. Reddit's trust and safety team, the Glasses Pushers, has been repeatedly warned about the network's activities, but has failed to act, allowing terror-linked propaganda to proliferate. So what you need to understand to grasp the severity of this situation is that if you have information being treated as fact, manipulated by people and groups, that then run downstream into AI models, that is what we call data poisoning, or as I like to call, astroturfing. I'm being astroturfed. I'm being fucked by psyops. The central locus of the network is a 270,000 member subreddit called r/Palestine. Well, if they're trying to hide, they're not doing a very good job of that. A Discord server with the same name functions as command and control for the Palestine network and is promoted prominently on the subreddit. On the Discord, whose new members must undergo an ideological purity test consisting of questions about their views on Israel, Zionism, and October 7th. A, quote, Reddit task force channel coordinates posting to Reddit, identifying, quote, comments sections that need more pro-Palestinian commentary, mass upvoting of anti-Israel posts, and downvoting of pro-Israel posts, a practice known as vote brigading. The Discord has separate task forces for Quora, TikTok, Instagram, X, and Wikipedia. Imagine being an elite member of the Quora Brigade. Just running psyops for r/Palestine. Surely there has to be a caste system, right? Like, I'd much rather be an X propagandist than, say, a TikTok one. Are you kidding me? Have standards for yourself. Sheesh. Here we get a nice little screen grab. I mean, this looks schizophrenic as fuck. You already know I could infiltrate that shit so easily. Ideological purity test? You know, you're dealing with the third eye of truth. And sure enough, look, the Wikipedia Task Force. The Wikipedia Task Force is recruiting. Imagine enlisting in a digital warfare campaign. Imagine the creatures. I can smell them from here. On Reddit, the network consists of no fewer than 110 subreddits controlled by around 30 core moderators who are part of the network. Its central subreddits, including r/Palestine, r/Israel crimes, and r/apartheid Israel, are topically relevant and built around overlapping ideologies that include anti-Zionism, anti-capitalism, what are you, poor? Radical Marxism, Islamism, and anti-Western and pro-Iranian regime sentiment. Other core subreddits in the network include r/Pan-Arab, r/Fight Disinformation, r/Global News Hub, and r/suppressed news. This section is important because it points out the fact that if you leave moderation of a social media platform up to the people, the astute users of Reddit, you're going to get fallible, biased, flawed information. But they also use Reddit and Wikipedia's unique status in relation to search engines and LLMs to spread the propaganda orders of magnitude further. Last year, Reddit and Google signed a $60 million content licensing deal, giving Google access to Reddit's API for LLM training and search purposes. OpenAI announced a similar partnership last May. OpenAI disclosed in a white paper on GPT-3 that WebText-2, its dataset of scraped internet content used to train the model, consists of web pages that have been linked to by Reddit posts with 3 or more upvotes, or karma. You see how this can get a little, dare I say, freaky? Just as importantly, OpenAI then used WebText-2 as a template for judging the quality of content scraped from the open internet. Essentially, Reddit became OpenAI's filter for quality content. ChatGPT now crawls the open web, introducing more opportunities for this kind of data poisoning. One of the most annoying things that I can actually relate to is that YouTube frequently uses Wikipedia as the ground truth for topical context, which means if I make a video about a certain topic, sometimes I'm slapped with a nice little boilerplate that looks ugly and gives people context that they didn't ask for. Let me give you the facts. So if we draw this out and extrapolate it, anyone and everyone can go to Wikipedia and just manipulate information to then have the effect of the obfuscation of truth. Before we continue, I just need to get this off my chest. Did you know that you are more likely to fall for a psyop if you're running on poor sleep? Which is why today's video is sponsored by Helix Sleep. Helix Sleep makes premium mattresses and bedding customized to fit your needs, conveniently shipped in a box right to your doorstep. You don't even have to leave your house. Guys, getting quality sleep is super important to me, and that's why I'm excited Helix is sponsoring this video. In fact, it's Sleep Awareness Month. Bet you didn't know that. Everybody's different, and Helix knows that. That's why they designed a sleep quiz that helps match your unique body type to your sleeping preferences. This way, you can find the perfect mattress for you. Personally, I like to sleep on my side and stomach, and I prefer a medium mattress feel, which is why I was matched with the Midnight Lux. And guys, ever since I moved, I had to upgrade from a queen to a king. That's how much I love my Helix. But don't take it from me, take it from Sebastian. If he's sleeping on it, you know it's the best. The mattress itself comes rolled up in a box, and it's super easy to set up for yourself. In fact, it took me just under 5 minutes to carry it up the stairs and watch my new bed spring to life. The Helix lineup features 20 unique mattresses, including their award-winning Luxe and Ultra Premium Elite collections, the Helix Plus, a mattress designed for big and tall sleepers, and the Helix Kids mattress, designed for growing bodies and endorsed by child sleep and medical experts. If it makes you nervous to buy something that you haven't tried yet in person, Helix offers a 100-night sleep trial. This gives you a bit over 3 months to completely fall in love with your new mattress. Plus, every Helix mattress comes with a 10-year warranty, and they offer flexible payment plans and even have financing options available. So, a great night's sleep is never that far away. Listen, I love my Helix, and I think you would too. If you're in the need for a new bed, check out Helix. Helix Sleep is running a special deal for you guys right now. Visit helixsleep.com/Philion for more information. And thank you to Helix for sponsoring this video. This next part can get a bit confusing, but stay with me. How Resistance News Network launders terrorist propaganda. Resistance News Network, or RNN, pulls content from a color-coded list of Telegram channels run by U.S.-designated foreign terror organizations headquartered across the Middle East. Many of these channels aren't available in the U.S. due to the restrictions on terror-related content, so RNN's translation and reposting of the content represents an effective, if illegal, workaround of U.S. terror law. The terrorist propaganda to Reddit pipeline comes to life in the form of these two examples here, where you have various subreddits operating under the larger r/Palestine umbrella. I mean, we saw the Discord with the various task forces, the elite soldiers whose job it is to spread terrorist propaganda all day long from the RNN or Resistance News Network. As you can see right here, posted in the r/TrueAnon subreddit, LOL LMAO. In a world of darkness, Yemen is a shining beacon. Muhammad Ali al-Houthi, head of the Revolutionary Committee in Yemen, says, I call on America to send more MQ-9 drones as Yemeni air defenses enjoy grilling them. The way the network operates is bizarre. For example, u/Saba, or a user, is a highly influential member of the network mentioned previously, moderates topically relevant subreddits like r/Palestine, r/Israel Crimes, r/Palestinians, r/Palestine News, r/Apartheid Israel, and r/Pan-Arab. However, Saba also moderates r/Documentaries, r/There Was an Attempt, r/Public Freakout, r/IRL Easter Eggs, r/Toilet Paper USA, r/That's Actually Very Cool, and r/Boring Dystopia. A cluster of unregulated large subreddits that have been captured by the network. Isn't that cool? You can just have a fucking terrorist apologist moderating your favorite subreddits. I don't even know why half of you are on Reddit in the first place. Go outside, touch grass, okay? Lift some weights. It's not good for your mental. And here's an entire list of the executive moderators that have this hive mind of pro-terror content. The network includes moderators like Blueberry Bubbly Buzz, who also operates another account in a network called Kumquat Conniption, Oh You Know, Plenitude Opulence, Falafel 1998, and Macochino, as well as dozens of others. And they also moderate the r/Palestine Discord server. This is like the fucking Reddit moderator mafia. Why are these esteemed Reddit users allowed to just be the arbiters of truth? Look at the overlap. r/There Was an Attempt, a subreddit originally meant for funny fail content and which has over 7 million members, features as its main banner an archery target in the colors of the Palestinian flag with the words Free Palestine ringed around it and Israel in the bullseye. The subreddit's icon is the same target with Israel's bullseye. The main banner previously featured the phrase From the River to the Sea, Palestine will be free. The subreddit's sidebar recommends network-controlled r/Palestine, r/Public Freakout, and r/Boring Dystopia, and several more. Enhance! And as you can see here, this bullseye is the colors of Palestine, and that does appear to be Israel in the center. That's sick. And holy fucking shit, if you go to the About page, look at the shout-out subreddits. r/Boring Dystopia, r/Palestine, r/Documentaries. From a sheer vibes perspective, why? Why are they associated? They shouldn't be. If I'm on r/There Was an Attempt, I'm looking for fail videos. I don't want to be influenced by anything else. This is a psyop. And of course, the moderator list is hidden because they're all cozy up in the r/Palestine Discord server because they're the same people. You know, at first, I thought that maybe this was a screen grab of days in the past. That's still their fucking icon. That's insane. The extent to which other network-controlled subreddits are so obviously astroturfed would be hilarious if moderators weren't using them to distribute propaganda made by terrorists. A mod announcement titled, Where a Pro-Palestine Leftist Subreddit is pinned to the top of r/Toilet Paper USA, and every other post on r/Public Freakout is protest footage. The pinned post on r/Boring Dystopia is a list of ways to donate to Palestine, which includes a link to r/Palestine's fundraising page. And its recommended subreddits include r/Palestine, r/Israel Crimes, and other network-controlled subreddits. The biggest subreddit, r/Documentaries, which features 20 million members, 8 of the 14 moderators are part of r/Palestine. And if we go to r/Documentaries, let's see if we see anything. Okay, glimpse inside a special needs school in Abu Dhabi. How corrupt is U.S. politics? No Other Land, Oscar winner for Best Documentary Feature Film, Basil Adra, has been resisting the forced displacement of his people by Israel's military in Masafer Yatta, a region in the occupied West Bank. Well, within 4 posts, we found a Palestine versus Israel psyop. How Europe stole an entire continent. Defamation, a sometimes funny, sometimes shocking examination of the ADL. Now you may be thinking, well, Israel-Palestine is an ongoing global news story. Surely those posts will just rise to the top because of their cultural relevance. You'd be wrong. Saba, one of the primary moderators of r/Palestine subreddit, Discord server, and multiple nodes in the network, brigades upvotes for posts featuring anti-Israel videos to ensure these posts end up positioned prominently. And then there's screenshots of him commanding people to upvote this. And like clockwork, if you go to the r/documentaries shouted out or affiliated subreddits, these 6 subreddits are exclusively controlled by the r/Palestine network, which means if you frequent any of these, you're falling down headfirst, tripping into a radicalization rabbit hole. That's right, they got you right by the balls, right by the cojones, and they're twisting it. They're twisting it clockwise like a light bulb, okay? If you need any more proof than that, seek God. The most important section is right here. This is doing what propaganda is designed to do, influencing masses of people without them knowing. That's the problem. That's the kicker. That's where they stab you and then twist. Sure, maybe you're a fan of that content. Maybe your political stances condition you to seek out this content, in fact. But to the everyday man, okay, the internet user, the stock default human, they're playing games with their head. And I don't fuck with that. That, to me, is a mortal sin. You think you're seeking out objective facts and truth on the internet? Think again. There's a goblin, in fact, many of them, playing games with your head. And Reddit just continues to deny this is an issue. Yeah, we don't see what's going on over there. What a fucking joke. Holy shit, Reddit is fried. Manufactured consensus from foreign entities to further an agenda is one thing. But what about our very own government that we entrust will keep us safe? Surely they will never play tricks on us. In 2015, there was a deleted Reddit post that has now been since archived revealing the most Reddit-addicted city. It wasn't New York or Los Angeles, no. It was Eglin Air Force Base, Florida. You think a bunch of military members are just addicted to Reddit? You think they just love updoots and cats? And atheism? No shot. There's 2 theories. Either there's a VPN in the area that is geolocating to Eglin Air Force Base and the internet traffic is just pinging this location. Or, a bit more sinister, Eglin Air Force Base is performing or has performed PSYOP campaigns on the masses using social media networks like Reddit to analyze the diffusion of information.